Okay, in this video we're gonna finish up polyatomic ions and move into how to name ionic compounds. So last example is aluminum phosphate. Aluminum, again from the periodic table. Or maybe just pause the video here and see if you can figure it out yourself first. Aluminum is +3. Phosphate, okay, so that ending tells me it's a polyatomic ion. And when I check my list, I see it's PO4 and it has a charge of -3. So just like the previous example, these charges are already balanced. So AlPO4. Now one thing I'd like to do one more where the charges are not so balanced. Let's do one more. Let's do barium nitrate. And by the way, when you're writing the names of compounds, the first letter should be lowercase. So these are typos up here. So barium nitrate. Barium has a +2 charge. Nitrate. Okay, so again, nitrate tells me it's polyatomic. Check my list, then I see nitrate has a -1 charge. So it's going to take me 2 nitrates to balance out the barium. Okay, so how do I indicate that? If I write the 2, see if I'll show you, if I write it like this, and then there's 2 nitrates. So if I put the 2 there, it looks like it just applies to the oxygen. I'm trying to say that there's 2 of this whole thing, 2 nitrates. So I use brackets, and I put the 2 outside the bracket. Now in the next part here, metal with multiple ion charges, it says perform the reverse cross rule. That's something I'll explain to you in class. It's sort of a short way of doing it, which is fine, but I want you to understand how the ion charges balance, so I'm not going to teach it to you right off the top. So FeBr2, okay, I know Fe is iron. And by the way, you have an alphabetical list of elements in your data book as well to help you if you're having trouble searching for an element. And Br, that's bromine, and because this is a compound, it's going to end in ide, so bromide. Okay, now I'm not done, because I have to remember that iron is a multivalent metal. It has a couple of possible ion charges. In this case, what is it going to be? Is it going to be iron +2 or iron +3? Well, you've got 2 bromides that are bonded to it. Bromide is always -1. So if I've got 2 of them, I've got a total negative charge of -2. I've got 1 iron to balance that -2. So this iron must be a +2. So I'm going to put 2 in brackets. So it's iron, Roman numeral 2, bromide. Looking at the next example, CrN, okay, so chromium and nitride. So chromium, nitride, and then, you know, some students would leave it like this, but you have to remember to check and see if the metal is a multivalent metal, and chromium is. So we have to use Roman numerals. Nitride is always -3, and you've got 1 chromium to balance it out. So the chromium must be a +3. So chromium 3 nitride. Alright, and finally, with polyatomic ions, we're going to do the same thing. We might have to combine what we've learned before. So I'll see if you can figure these out on your own.